Hi everybody, Sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuka ama-reality shows ethu la eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda futhi sikhulume ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu alla eMzansi. Okay, today I want to talk about this case ka Robbie Malinga, or should I say a case of his wife, you guys. I don't know what these celebrities can do, honestly, to make sure that if they pass or when they pass, their families or their wives, their kids get what they are entitled to, because there's always people that are just right there ready to take advantage of the situation. There's always going to be stories few years later after the artist has passed that the family is not getting what is due to them, and it's really really sad, you guys, that in addition to dealing with the loss of your loved one, you also have to fight to get royalties, to get access to his assets and all of that. This is the situation with Robbie Malinga's wife, you guys, that 5 years later she is still dealing with people that do not want to pay over to her what belong to her husband, and basically belong to her and her kids, you guys. So this article comes from Zimoja. It's written by Uqhama Daile, and he gives such details as to what is happening with his wife, and also what his wife is planning to do moving forward. Because listen, you guys, you don't want to deal with the lioness, okay? A wife that just lost her husband and trying to protect her kids and trying to provide for her kids. It looks like this lady is ready to fight. Okay, so it says here, 5 years later, still no royalties for Robbie Malinga's family, which is very sad, you guys. I can't even believe that it has been 5 full years that Robbie Malinga has passed. It seemed like it was just yesterday. Okay, it has been 5 years since the passing of music veteran Robbie Malinga and his widow, and is still fighting to get royalties for his music. A lot has changed since my husband died. I have been fighting for his royalties with some of the organizations 3 days after the funeral, and I am still at it. Okay. I'm guessing here that they mean that 3 days after the funeral she started fighting, and up until this day she still hasn't got what she believes is due to her. But Anne is far from backing down. My husband's legacy will not be in vain, she adds. Bra Robbie, as he was affectionately known by his industry friends, succumbed to cancer, which was at stage 4, and died on Christmas Day after battling with the illness for 6 months. That was very sad, you guys, for somebody to pass on Christmas Day. And I do imagine how hard it is for the family to actually celebrate Christmas, because that is a reminder for them that they lost somebody that was very important to them. Okay, it goes on to say, and has also had to stand up against Robbie's so-called friends, okay, who allegedly tried to get a piece of her late husband's estate. I've had to become a lioness over his estate, which was tampered with by some of his friends, and the fight continues. I will not say too much, but a lot will be revealed this year, she adds. Okay, this is very sad, you guys, because honestly you would think that she is fighting against some big organizations to get access to her husband's royalties. But it's very sad to hear that people that worked with Robbie Malinga, people that he regarded as his friends, people that you would think they would go out of their way to actually assist the wife and assist the children with getting the royalties, are the people that actually have tried to take over some of the estates. Robbie Malinga, it's disappointing, actually, you guys. It's disappointing because we know a lot of people that worked with Robbie Malinga. So because it's people that are in the music industry mostly, so obviously this is likely people that we know and admire and we support, and these are the things that they're doing. I wish that she would just come out and say, we'll see what did people do, and I guess legally it might not be a good idea for her. Okay. Here she talks about how she plans or she has been trying to continue Robbie Malinga's legacy. She says everything she plans to do is to continue Robbie's legacy. Last year she launched his biography titled Robbie Malinga, the legend, which did well. And this year she is looking to relaunch her journal. Last year we also launched the annual golf day in his honor, and we are currently preparing for the second one, she says. Also in the same year she launched the RM Soul session, adding that more will be coming soon. Okay. Anne says she knows her husband is proud of how far she has come. He is definitely proud of me for all the fights I have had to fight silently and alone. Proud of how I am raising our kids. Junior is now done with tertiary and working with me on different projects. He's also working on something legacy related that he is looking at launching on his birthday in May, which is unique and exciting too. And says, I think that is exciting, you guys. I'm so happy that, of course, the firstborn has finished with tertiary, and it looks like and sounds like he is ready to help his mom, to work on this legacy project. And also I guess you could see he's gonna be able to help his mom also fight all of these people that they need to fight to be able to get hold of all that is due to Robbie Malinga. Okay, overall I think the industry took my introverted, quiet self like an idiot for the longest time, and now is the perfect time to introduce my ugly side. But so far, all is coming right. Their mistake was missing the fact that I was the driver behind Robbie Malinga's brand for years. So I know more than they thought I did, and I will make every one of them pay. Okay, a lot of the times, you guys, we forget that they do say that behind every successful man there's a very powerful woman. Sometimes you think people's wives are just sitting at home and watching TV and doing whatever, and you don't understand that a lot of the times people are as successful as they are because of the support that they get at home, and the business mind behind the artist might actually be the wife. And it looks like in this situation that was the case. The festive season is not an easy time for the Malinga family since Robbie died on Christmas, and tells Zimoja that she made sure this year that it was a special one for the kids. On Christmas Day, we hosted families for lunch for the first time since Robbie's passing on the 5th year commemoration. It was lovely, she humbly says. On the day he was buried, 2 January, me and the kids visited his grave, having struggled with his death and not being able to look for some of the video footage from his funeral, and says, time is proving to be a healer. I must admit, it does get better with time. I'm in much better space than I was 5 years ago. I am so glad that she's doing much better. You guys, when you're going through a situation, especially the passing of a person, you always just feel like you are in this place that is very dark and you never gonna get out of, and when people say, listen, times heals everything, you feel like people don't know what they're talking about. But the passing of the time makes things easier. So I'm glad that for her, this Christmas was easier. She was able to have some celebrations with her family and do something for the kids, instead of just her feeling like Christmas is just like this doom day that is never gonna be a happy day. For them to be able to turn it around and have some celebrations on Christmas, I think it's great for the family. She adds that Robbie Jr still struggles a bit, but she believes he will come around when the time is right. On the other hand, Zano, I think this is a younger child who is only 7 years old, is still trying to understand why people die and never come back. Listen, if Zano is only 7 years old and Robbie passed away 5 years ago, that means that at the time of his passing, the child was only 2 years old. That is, I can understand why, it's hard to understand death, you guys. I remember one time when I was trying to talk about death with my daughter when she was young. I think she must have been 4 or 5, and she asked me if I was ever gonna die, and I said, yeah, you know, everybody dies. And she cried so much. She wanted me to say that I'm never gonna die. I ended up having to say to her, you know, I'm never gonna die, because she said she could not deal with the fact that one day I will die. And I was trying to make her understand that everybody dies. One day you are also going to die. But she was like, no, I can't. You know, she just couldn't. So when children are young, it's very hard to deal with that. And yeah, you guys, I think for me overall, I'm very disappointed at the fact that she has to fight not only these organizations, but also just his friends. But I'm so glad that, you know, they're doing so well as a family. She sounds like a woman with a plan. Okay, she sounds like a woman with a plan. She's about to get what is true to her, and I hope that nobody stands in her way. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section, and also like the video before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with the family, and even with strangers. Ntando. Cool.